Hi guys, and welcome back here to a new video in the channel. And today I'm gonna start talking about the OutSystems ODC. Okay, some people that I have talked to on LinkedIn want me to create like step by step on OutSystems ODC, specifically to the BPT, so the workflow, um, which is the new name here in OutSystems. And the differences that we have so far for um, OutSystems ODC and reactive. Okay, and that's the first video, and I'm gonna start covering this topic. So if you are new here or you liked the content, so please subscribe to the channel and um, hope this video will help you. Okay. So let's start. So in your ODC, as you might know, you have only 10-day trial, okay? But you after those 10 days you can extend, so ask again for new 10 days, okay? And keep working in your development, in your learning, and it is total free. And when you have your ODC um, installed, because it is a different app from the traditional OutSystems, reactive and traditional apps. After you have that, so you can start here and to build workflows. Okay. So the main difference here from reactive and ODC, it is this new tab. It is the events. Okay. As you might know, we previously have had the processes tab here, but no longer. We have events and we have timers. Okay, and you might think so. Events, this is like an event from the block. No, it's not that. It's not that at all. Okay, so the events folder, it's the events that will trigger the let's say the the workflow. That's the new name that we have. We do not call it BPT or business process technology. We call it workflows. And the workflows you create in the ODC platform and not in the ODC here in the Service Studio. Okay. So let me just give you like a better understanding here. In the so this is the replacement, let's say like this, of the Service Center. Okay. So this is the community ODC community platform. Let's call it like this. And here you can manage everything, like apps, workflows. That's we're going to cover this video in this video. We can see other things like logs, traces. This is a different subject that we have. Also, in the future videos, I can cover that as well. We also have integrations. You might know this because you can also connect with different, let's say, uh, entities from external entities or external database and so on. And you have also AI models that you can integrate with ChatGPT and other types like Deep Search or Gemini. And you also have our very common the Forge. Okay, so we have our Forge component or Forge section that you can go like to the library of OutSystems and check application components that we need to use in our apps. Okay. So I have here another tab, which is the workflows. And here, in order to create the workflow, like human activity, automatic activity, and so on, we no longer have these in the Service Studio. We have here in the ODC community platform, and here we can create the workflow. Okay, but before we get into this, let's go here. Okay, so in order to run a process in ODC, we need to create an event. Okay, so let's create one. So let's say trigger process ODC. Okay, so when we create this, we can set his description, if it is public or not. Okay, and the handler can also set the handler here. Okay, so you can do it like this, or you can just drag and drop inside an action. So let's call it here trigger process. Let's say ODC, and we can just drag and drop here in the server action. Okay, this will work fine as well. If not, you can just associate the handler here, right? Like a timer, okay? And when that runs, this event runs, okay? So you might think, so when does it make sense to have like this in public, okay? In this case, I don't think I have. I don't think I need to set as public. Is being on local. So we can try. So let's set it as not public, and let's try it on Odyssey community. If we don't check it, if we don't see it, so it means that we need to set this as yes. If it is not public, we can just use inside on this, let's say, module, because in the Odyssey we use different names. It's not the same architecture, but let's say it like this is in this module, in this component that we have, or app, okay, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so we create the trigger process ODC server action, and here we drag and drop the event in order to call the workflow. Okay, so after this, let's create the trigger process. Okay, so let's drag and drop a button here just to trigger the process. Nothing difficult. And let's just say trigger process. Okay, and here we need also to associate a client action here. In this case, we're going to drag and drop the server action that we created. And let's just send a message here like process is running, or workflow. Let's change to workflow. Workflow. Yeah. Okay, so far so good here. So let's publish. Okay, so in ODC we also have the same here. It saves, it uploads, compiles, and after that we are done. Okay. Okay, so done. It went okay. Now let's go back to our workflow. So we need to refresh in order to see. I know in this case we didn't create yet the workflow, so let's create the workflow. Sorry. Let's create our workflow. Okay, so he's rendering. So the first step is to set the name. So let's say, student process. Let's create. Okay, so when we create, we have, as always, the start and the end node. Okay, and we have a mandatory field here, which is the start process on must be set. So we need to set the event. This is the event that we created. As we can see, we do not have the event that we created. That's because we set it as not public. So we need to have this. So let's publish again. Okay, so let's go back. Let's refresh. Okay, and now let's try to select. Okay, so now we have our event. So the start, so this workflow will start when this is triggered, this event. And after that, we publish. Okay, it's just a simple test, just to check if we can run our process, our workflow. Okay, and in the further lecture, the further videos, I will create a more structured workflow in order to see some differences from the OutSystems reactive. Okay, so now it's published, our workflow. And now let's go back to ODC and let's open this screen. Okay, so let's trigger the process. Okay, so workflow is running. And let's go back to our process. So let me refresh. It should be here now because we created the workflow. Okay, so we have student process. Let's open. And as you can see, we have the producers. We have the revisions. Okay, the revisions are the number of instances that the workflow was published. Let's say it like this. Okay, so every time we publish, we create a new revision or a new version. Okay, it's just a different name. It's the same. So in here, in the instance tab, we can check that we have our first instance, okay, with the status done. And if we open this, we can see that the start and the end node it was completed. So this worked. After we run this event, we were able to run the workflow, but our workflow was just simple, just start and end, and we have the status completed, so it worked well. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Next videos I'm gonna cover more and more here, and I'll see you in the next video.